Now, can we talk about, you were there for so long, you played with Cam.
Yeah.
How
You
was
played with Cam.
I played with Cam.
How was that?
I liked Cam. Cam was
That's not what
he went to his own beat. Like Cam would be out there he'd be there at 4:30 in the morning. It was different because it was COVID. So I only got him for like COVID year. He'd be there at like 4:30 in the morning on the treadmill and like doing his thing. And he's just like, and then he would do some crazy ass shit that make you laugh and stuff. But I'd never been around that. It was just different. But Cam was a great dude, worked his dick off, worked hard.
Oh.
He worked hard.
Yeah, he did.
How you like him? You liked him? He was.
I was at a different.
He told me that about you. I asked him about you. He goes. I was at a. He goes. He said that exact same thing. I think he goes. Steve was at a different point in his career when I was there. I was 22 or I was 20 years old. He was a grown ass man. You know, like, so we were in. That's the exact same thing he said.
I was not about anything other than ball. I can care less.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking, don't think. That's it was.
I love Cam though for that specific for us though.
So here's what I would say. Right, I really try not to really talk much about it because, one, looking back at how I was and looking back where I was, man, I wanted to win, and I was so concerned about winning. I didn't really care about all that other stuff. That other stuff to me was irrelevant, and I was frustrated.
And you got a taste of it. You were there.
Yes, I wanted to win, and I knew that my time was coming up.
Yeah.
And so there were times people would, like in the organization, would say I'm jealous. I wasn't jealous. I wanted to win. Yeah. You're right. It's not, oh, I'm jealous. No, I wanted to win yesterday, and today's the day. So I was in a hurry. I was all about, seeing Marty Hurney before they drafted Cam. Man, I had an off-site meeting with the general manager. And man, we had a crazy meeting. When I say crazy, like I did and said stuff in football. And bro, it was just like, dog, what are you doing? Like I go back and I like cringe.
Yeah.
Like, oh. My wife does that like, oh. I had a meeting with Marty Hurney one time. We met at one of the country clubs I was at, and I had my notebook. And I wrote down stats. And I was like, bro, I am so tired of losing, Marty. And I just want to win. And so I had looked up Lynn Swann stats. And I put Lynn Swann's stats of what he had and what I had. And I said, statistically, I have passed Lynn Swann 4 years ago. I said, but you know the difference between Lynn Swann and me? Lynn Swann understood that if he set aside his personal goals, that he would exceed anything he can achieve because the team goals were so much bigger. I said, my statistical goals are less and the team goals are less. Why am I here? We're not winning and I'm not getting stats. He looked at me and that was the first time like he was like, he thought it was going to be like a cussing out section. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I remember saying Lynn Swann's, when he was with the Pittsburgh and his goals were so high, he knew that he would surpass anything personally he can do because the team goals statistically were going to be remarkable. I said, I'm not doing either, so why should I stay?
Yeah.
What am I holding out for? And he looked at me and he was like, and then I stopped and I said, now it's your turn. He said, I need to get back to you. Because he thought it was about, and I was just like, bro, I want to play. I love this game so much, but I also know what this game is. This game is about statistical stats.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, so when Cam got there, man, I was so burnt out and I was such a complainer about not winning that I did not have patience for all that other stuff. I didn't have patience for him to develop. I was 30-something.
I get it.
And so it was very complicated, and it was a loaded situation. And then we had, Coach Rivera. He was getting his feet wet, and he was trying to figure it out. And I was like, man, this ain't for me, dog.
You get old in the same spot for a while when things start going. I was a cranky old guy for a while.
But what's funny is when I left and went to Baltimore, like the Ryan Khalils, the guys who were young, the Luke Kuechly's, they started when I was playing, they were like, I'm starting to be like Steve now. I'm all grumpy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
What is it? What was the Batman quote? You long enough as a hero, you die the villain or something?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
It's my quotes.
I like it.
Movies.